Welcome to your coverage of Missoula Sports Heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the third game on the day, Game 7 of the 2018 Northwest Regional Tournament, as we have Montana taking on Washington in the third game on the day. As we get set to go, coaches and umpires at home plate for plate talk. We'll go ahead and get into our starting lineups, and it will be Montana who is the visiting team. Leading off for Montana will be number 6, Connor Hunter, the left fielder. Jaden Kay, number 4, the shortstop, will bat second. Batting third will be number 11, Jarrett Linewand. He is hanging out in right field. Number 20, Dawson Smith, will hold down first base and bat fourth. Number 17, Sam Evenson, is the designated hitter, batting fifth. In the sixth hole is number 12, Nick Nordstog, the catcher. Dan Blanchard, number 23, will bat seventh. He is holding down third base. Hanging out in center field will be number 1, Michael Moorhead. He's the 8-hole batter. And batting in the 9 spot is number 13, Connor Polkowski, the second baseman. Brian Benjamin is the manager for the Montana representative. Now for Washington, it's Trey Townsend leading things off. Number 2 hanging at second base. The shortstop will bat second. That's number 5, Jack Vanderbrake. Number 14, Devin Garner, will be the catcher, batting third. Number 10, Spencer Bailey will hang out in left field, batting fourth. Batting fifth will be number 7, Tanner Klein, the designated hitter for the sixth spot will be number 20, Peyton Andrus. He is the center fielder. Batting seventh will be number 15, Carson Vick. He is the first baseman. Hanging out in right field and batting eighth will be number 6, Anthony Tatro. And rounding it out will be Dylan Bishop, the third baseman. On the bump for Montana will be number 9, Brooks Zimmer. And for Washington, it's number 21, Brady Hegelson. I know I tripped up on that last name yesterday, but I was corrected, and we'll get it corrected as we go through. The manager for Washington is Mr. Mike Archer. So Washington getting the win yesterday over Oregon, 4-3, a walk-off win for Washington. For Montana, it would be an outright over Hawaii, 11-8. So we get ready to go. Fired up are the fans as the teams are being introduced. We will have first pitch in just a moment. We'll have the national anthem before that. Our final game of the day will be Idaho versus Wyoming at 7 o'clock. We'll probably be a little bit behind on that one as the last 2 games stretched out a battle for teams to stay in, and we get set to go. Ron Edwards, the chairman of the Montana Legion Baseball, just handed me my Northwest Regional Tournament, and I've been looking forward to this for 2 years. For us play-by-play announcers, it's not about the money that you get, it's about the souvenirs, and I try to steal them away as much as I can. So we'll have the American Legion.
I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under in victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind,
Alrighty, that's the Legion Code of Honor. We're going to have the national anthem, so we'll be back with first pitch right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN as we have the ceremonial first pitch about to be thrown out. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we have coverage of the 2018 Northwest Regional Tournament. Ceremonial first pitch has been tossed out and we're ready for play between Montana and Washington. So Oregon has been sent home from the tournament. They would be the first ones to go home. They fell to Hawaii earlier today, 6-5. And the Missoula Mavericks would be the second team sent home, the host team. So Alaska and Hawaii moving on. Alaska will face the loser of this game. Hawaii will have the loser of the game later on today. So we're down to 6 tomorrow, folks. We're down to 6 now, actually, as we'll have games at 1, 4, and 7 tomorrow from Allegiance Field at Ogren Park. Our officials behind the plate, Leo Curiel. First base will be Brian Larson. Second base is Max Cannon. And third base is Chris Aldinger. Leo is the umpire-in-chief. He hails from Las Vegas, Nevada. Both Brian Larson and Max Cannon are Missoula boys. They're part of the Missoula pool. And Chris Aldinger is from Meridian, Idaho. So that's where our umpires hail from, not ale, hail. As we get ready to go, on the bump is Brady Helgelson. As we get ready for Connor Hunter, Jaden Kay, and Jarrett Linewan. The Billings Royals, they are the Montana AA champions, as they would have a near perfect streak. Actually, they would go with just one loss in their state tournament, and it was kind of a throwaway game. They were already guaranteed to go to the championship game. So I hate that word, though, or that phrase, throwaway game, because every game matters to these boys. But when you get to the technicality of it. So Connor Hunter to come to the plate, and our first pitch is just about ready to be dealt. We're 35 minutes behind schedule, but like I said, the 2 games earlier today ran over. They did not go extra innings. It was just slow-paced as the two teams battled out, and we had pitching changes. So here's the first pitch to Hunter, and it'll be over the plate for strike one. And the first pitch is at 4:35. Last couple of games have gone over 2 hours. 2.5 on the last one, 2 hours and 20 on the first game. Second pitch is over the plate for strike two to Connor Hunter. And the Montana team is built with veteran players. They've got a host of veteran players. As this one's reached for it, it'll roll to the third baseman. Picked up. The throw to first is on target. And we'll have our first out of the game.
The shortstop, number 4, Jaden Kay.
That takes us to Jaden Kay. With one out on the game. Helgeson with the pitch, and it's going to be over the plate for strike one. So the pitcher dealing strikes out of the gate. The 0-1, and we'll get ball one. Jarrett Linewan in the on-deck circle for Montana. Here's the pitch, and Kay will foul it back for strike two. Jaden Kay, the shortstop, he would get tournament player at the AA state tournament. And the high pitch takes us to an even count at 2. The pitch. And a strikeout for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 11, Jarrett Linewan.
We go to Jarrett Linewan, the right fielder, so Brady Helgeson coming to play. Two outs, nobody on. Opening frame between Montana and Washington, and we're upstairs for ball one. Tournament being played at Allegiance Field, Ogren Park, as the pitch is going to be hit into center field, and the line drive will put line one on with 2 outs, and Montana will have the first hit of the game.
The first baseman, number 20.
As we go to Dawson Smith, the first baseman. One on, 2 outs. Washington and Montana. Both teams stay alive. Tomorrow will be elimination for somebody. This one's going to be a check swing. It's going to bounce to the second baseman. He'll pick it up. The throw to first is on target, and that's the side. So Billings gets one on. They leave him there, and we go to the bottom of the first, scoreless. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at MPSN406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. NPSN.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, a tint of childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to Allegiance Field at Ogren Park. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the first inning in Game 3 on the day. It's Game 7 on the Northwest Regional Tournament 2018, and we've got Montana at Washington. It's Brooks Zimmer on the bump for Montana and Trace Townsend to lead off, the second baseman for Washington. And this is the second time the Pepsi Pack have been here. And they were great to watch last year, and they've been fun this year so far as well. So Townsend to settle in with Vanderbrake in the on-deck circle and Garner in the hole. Here's Brooks Zimmer's first pitch of the game, and it'll be swung on for strike one. Here's the pitch by Zimmer. And it'll slide. Nope, that one hit the batter on the elbow, and so Zimmer will start off with a hit batter to put a runner on. So we go to Jack Vanderbrake, the shortstop. Vanderbrake showing bunt. Third baseman comes up the line and it's backed off. Shortstop will pick it up in the dirt. The throw to second. The throw to first is on target. And the 6-4-3 double play is turned to put two out up on the board and clear the bases. So we go to Devin Gardner, the catcher. Here's Zimmer. And we'll have strike one, so Brooks Zimmer has come out to play as well. Here's the pitch and the check swing, not committed, and we have ball one. So even at one on the count to the catcher. Here's the Zimmer pitch. Swung on. The shortstop can't get to it. It's going to roll into left field, and Washington will be on board with a runner at first. So we go to Spencer Bailey, the left fielder. One on and two outs. Brooks Zimmer with the nod. Checks the runner at first and the stretch. And we'll get ball one. That's the first pitch that Zimmer has thrown. That was not a strike. On the first pitch to a batter, I should say. Here's the Zimmer pitch, and we'll get ball two. So 2-0 to the left fielder. One on and two outs. Throw to first. And Brooks Zimmer, I'm going to see if they've got his height in here. They did last week for the AA tournament. They do not, but he's got to be all of 6'7", 6'6" maybe, as the pitch is upstairs to get us ball three. Here's the 3-0 by Zimmer. And we'll have a walk to put runners at first and second with two outs. And it's the first walk of the game. We go to Tanner Klein, the designated hitter. Klein settles in, and the left-handed batter waits for the first pitch by Zimmer. Swung on. This one's got a lot of air. It's foul down the third base line, and it'll find itself in the general seating area for strike one. So Klein at the box. That puts Peyton Endress in the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-1. And we'll get ball one. Tanner Klein Don't recall him playing yesterday. Oh, he was in. 2 for 4 with a run against Oregon. That was a walk-off win for Washington as Zimmer steps off the rubber. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Designated hitter in the box with a 1-1 count. Swung on, foul backwards. Gets us to strike 2. Washington, the first 2 games yesterday would turn out to be walk-off wins for the winners. And then a slugfest for the third game, as we would have a total of 28 hits, 15 for 1 and 13 for the second. And that would be Billings in Hawaii. So 2-2 on the count. Here's the Zimmer pitch. Foul backwards. Keeps the batter alive at 2-2. Final game of the day will be Idaho at Wyoming. 3 games tomorrow, 2 on Saturday, and 1 scheduled for Sunday. There's a possibility for a second one depending on the outcomes. Here's the pitch, and we'll have a full count. No, he says strikeout. So 2 loaded up, and they're left behind, and we finish the side with a strikeout. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in
Wow, crazy.
Stop into 1010 North Avenue West and see what we have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the top of the second, scoreless between Montana and Washington. And it's the 5, 6, 7 batters scheduled for Montana. Sam Evenson, Nick Nordstog, and Dan Blanchard, with Evenson leading it off. He's the designated hitter. Brady Helgeson in on the bump. And Evenson, another 6'6", 6'7" prospect, and that baseball bat looks like a wiffle ball bat in his hands. So the first pitch of the inning on its way. And it'll be outside on the left-handed batter for ball 1. Nick Nordstog in the on-deck circle. The pitch swung on. This one's going to bounce out to the second baseman. He'll get it on the hop, and the throw will be ahead of the runner for out number 1. That brings us to the catcher, number 12, Nick Nordstock. I want to send a shout out to our fans listening in Washington, supporting their boys. This one's going to be hit right at the pitcher. It's going to roll over the mound. Second baseman will pick it up at the fringe. The throw to first is on target, and we've got out number 2.
Third baseman, number 23, Dan Blanchard.
So now we go to Dan Blanchard, the third baseman, with 2 down and nobody on. 1 pitch, 1 out. Love to see that from your pitcher. Here's the pitch from Helgeson, and we'll have ball 1 to Blanchard. 2 down, nobody on for Billings. Here's the pitch, and that one will slide over the plate to get us even at 1. Billings going with a completely different lineup than what they had in the state tournament. Pitch on the way for the Northwest. Here's one over the plate to get us to strike 2. Helgeson with a strikeout under his belt. Here's the 1-2 and a reach, and that's the side. Strike 3. So 3 up, 3 down for Montana. We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to Allegiance Field at Ogren Park. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning, scoreless between Montana and Washington. With Washington at the plate, it's the 6, 7, 8 batter schedule with Peyton Andreas, the center fielder, number 20, to lead things off. Andreas, Vick, and Tatro. Here's the pitch by Brooks Zimmer, and he'll send it over the plate for strike 1. Leo Curo is our plate umpire. And a check swing. They say no commitment, so we'll be even at 1 down the first base line. Checking in with Brian Larson, who stands down the first base line. Was Leo. Here's the pitch, and we'll have ball 2. Carson Vick in the on-deck circle for Washington. This one's going to be batted out. Dawson Smith will pick it up. The race to the bag will be won by Brooks Zimmer for out number 1 on the inning. Getting those long legs churning. And he wins the race. So we go to the first baseman, number 15, Carson Vick. Vick to settle in, and Brooks Zimmer with the pitch. It's over the plate for strike 1. Legion's Field, home of the Missoula Mavericks. This one's going to be bounced, or Missoula Osprey, bounced out to the second baseman, throw to first, and that's 2 down.
The right fielder, number 6, Anthony Tatro.
Now we go to Anthony Tatro, the right fielder. But the field that's being the tournament's being played on is home of the Missoula Osprey. They are part of the Pioneer League, affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's a rookie ball league, as this one's going to be bounced out, and the left fielder will go to a knee, and Washington will have their second hit of the game with a runner at first. We go to the bottom of the order for Washington now. Number 22, Dylan Bishop, the third baseman. Legion's Field, a cool little field for the Diamondbacks. A bat left up on the on-deck circle, so umpire wants it cleared. Here's the Zimmer pitch, and we'll have ball 1. As I was saying, the Osprey, affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks, rookie ball. Usually first and second year players only in the league. Teams throughout Montana Idaho, and I think Utah. But they are the only professional team in any sport where their mascot lives in its natural environment within the stadium. That's right, folks. Out in center field, just behind the wall, is an osprey nest. Here's the runner going to first, second. The throw is made, and it's off target. It'll roll into center field. He's going to go ahead and make his way around to third, and we'll have an error to Montana. And we go 2-0 on the count. Two outs, runner at third for Washington. Here's the Zimmer pitch, and it's going to be inside for ball 3. Top of the order stands in the on-deck circle for Washington. Here's the Zimmer pitch. And we'll have strike 1. And Leo taking a moment before he made the call. So 3-1 now. This one's off the top of the bat. The throw to first, and that's the side. So Washington gets one on, but they'll leave him there. And we go to the top of the third. Scoreless. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Allegiance Field, Ogren Park for the 2018 Northwest Regional Tournament. We've got Montana taking on Washington. Top of the third, scoreless. It's the bottom of the order for Montana. Michael Moorhead, the center fielder. Brady Helgeson in the bump, and the first pitch will be over the plate for strike 1. To Moorhead. So the 8-9 batters on the inning. Moorhead and Polkowski. Polkowski in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt, and we'll get ball 1. Montana has the first baseline dugout, since they are the away team in this match, as the low pitch will get us ball 2. Moorhead in center field. Got a little bit more haze in this afternoon. The breeze has been coming in, and it's brought the haze in from the west, as we'll get over the plate for strike 2. Even count at 2 for Moorhead. Here's the pitch. Reaching and swinging, and it'll be strikeout for out number 1. Polkowski, or Moorhead, I think he wanted that one back as he started to make the commitment swing, but momentum, he followed through. And we go to Connor Polkowski, the second baseman. Here's the pitch. And this one will be popped up foul up over our heads. It'll actually land on top of the press box for strike 1. Here's the 0-1, and Polkowski will watch it go by for an even count at 1. And Billings would put 2 over the fence yesterday. As we get ball 2 to Polkowski. That pitch slides over the plate, and we go even at 2. Top of the order stands in the on-deck circle for Montana. Here's the 2-2. And we'll get a full count. Polkowski, though, settles in. And there's a walk to put a runner at first with 1 out.
Number 6, Connor Hunter.
So the first walk of the game by Helgeson, and we swing to the top of the order to Connor Hunter. One on, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and Hunter's going to swing on it. It's to the third baseman. The throw down the line to second. The throw to first is not in time, and the leadoff batter will be taken down in the fielder's choice for out number 2.
Number 4, Jaden Kay.
So we go to Jaden Kay now, with 2 outs and a runner at first. Here's the pitch. And we'll have strike 1. So Kay struck out his first at bat. Would be the second out of the first inning. Fire engines on alert. The field is located just, I think you can still consider it downtown. It's not that far away. This one's rolled out into left field, and Montana will have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And we go to Jarrett Linewan, the right fielder. So 2 on board with 2 outs, top of 3. Final game of the day scheduled at 7. But our first couple of games, well, they would stretch out. Not extra innings, just pace of the game. And Linewan settles in. Runners at first and second, step away. And the pitch. That one's across the chin for ball 1. Dawson Smith in the on-deck circle for Montana with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and this one's going to find the gap. The runner from second's around the corner of third, on his way home as the throw is made. And Montana will earn the first run of the game. Off the line drive into left field.
Number 20, Dawson Smith.
And we go to Dawson Smith. With 2 outs and 2 on. Here's the pitch to the first baseman. It's over the plate for strike 1. Dawson Smith, a ground out to the second baseman to finish off the first inning. Here's the 1-1. And we'll be outside for ball 2. Sam Evenson in the on-deck circle, and the Washington catcher, Garner, will go out and check in with his pitcher. And I have to say, folks, the catcher position is super special. I've said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. But they are a special breed, as they have baseballs hucked at them all game long. They're the general, so they see the field. They've got to call everything out. They get the pitch in from the dugout to the pitcher, as the first one as we go 2-1 now to Evenson. And on top of all that, they've got to play shrink as they have to go out and check in with their pitcher and get him right into place. This one's popped up over first base. The right fielder is rushing in to get it, and he can't find it. It's on the ground. Runner from second is home. That's Jaden Kay, and the pop out into right results in a run for Montana. So we go to Sam Evenson, the designated hitter. As Gardner settles back in behind the plate. 2 out, runners on the corners for Montana. And this one will come over the plate for strike one. For Evenson, he would be the first out of the second inning on a ground ball. 0-1, 2 outs, top of 3. Montana with a 2-0 lead. Evenson's going to have this one down the first base line, foul for strike 2, and Brian Larson, our first base umpire, had to do a little dancing to get out of the way of that one. Runners on the corners will go back to their bases, and Evenson settles in. Evenson, another one. He's got to be all a 6'7". I'm going to have to say that him and Zimmer are 6'7". I know from last week at the AA tournament, as we have a ball pitch come in, they did have the height and weight of players in the book. And I remember that they both were the same height. I believe it's 6'7". It's a lot of arms and elbows. And the batter will be struck out to finish out the side. So Montana with 2 runs, 2 left on. And we go to the bottom of the third, Montana leading 2-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton, joined by his handy-dandy cameraman, Coleman Caton, on the camera, getting you those phenomenal shots all tournament long. We go to the bottom of the third where Montana leads Washington 2-0. And at the bottom of the third, it's the top of the order for Washington, Trace Townsend, the second baseman. Brooks Zimmer on the bump. 2 hits, no runs. Pegged a batter, walked a batter, and struck out a batter in the first 2 innings. He faces Townsend for the second time. He would be the one that Zimmer pegged. And we're inside for ball 1. So Townsend, Vanderbrake, and Garner on the schedule here in the bottom of the third. Pitch comes in over the plate for strike 1, and we're even at 1. As I mentioned, Townsend was hit by the pitcher. And this pitch will get us to ball 2. Leo Kirel. Pitch, That was going to bounce high. The shortstop will pick it up on the fringe. The throw to first is off target, and Dawson Smith can't get to it. Runners around first to second. Still looking for it as it rolls up into deep left field. They're going to go ahead and bring the runner around to third. No, he slides and falls down just ahead of the ball. This time the ball will get away from the third baseman. And Montana nearly having a run put up on him. As they have their second error on the board.
Number 5, Jack Vanderbrink.
And we go to Jack Vanderbrink. So 2 errors charged to Montana so far, and they're checking in with Townsend down the third base line. He had slid in, and the ball came in on fire, and I think it hit him as he came into the bag. And third base coach points to the umpire, and we're ready for action as Jack Vanderbrink stands at the plate with no outs and a runner at third. And the first pitch will be a ball. Zimmer will have this one off the end of the bat. That's going to bring the runner home from third, and Washington is on the board. 2-1 off the bouncer out to left field.
Number 14, Devin Gardner.
That takes us to Devin Gardner with a runner at first and no outs. Throw to first by Zimmer. Washington on the board now, 2-1, bottom of the third. No outs, and the first pitch to Devin Gardner will be a ball. Gardner, first hit of the game as he would single in the first inning. Throw back to first. So Washington stretching out the inning with no outs. Here's the pitch by Zimmer. And he'll get one in there for ball 2. Here's the 2-0. And we'll be upstairs for ball 3. So Zimmer now behind on the count with runner at first and 1 run earned. Throw to first. Zimmer with the stretch. And we'll get one over the plate for strike 1. So the 3-0 count. 3-0 pitch results in strike 1 to Gardner. Gardner, the catcher. Spencer Bailey in the on-deck circle for Washington with no outs. Runner at first takes his lead. Pitch is on its way, and it'll be foul back to get us a full count at 3-2. For Gardner yesterday against Oregon, 3 for 4. No runs, no RBIs. Here's the pitch. Runner's going to go at first. The throw is made. It's on target, but is not in time. Max Cannon at second says he's got the base. And the batter is struck out for out number 1. So Washington getting the steal over at second. 1 out. And this one is going to be into center field in the gap. That one's going to have a lot of leg. It's going to roll to the warning track. Runner from second is around third. He'll trot home and a stand-up double. For Bailey. And Washington's tied it at 2. And now we go to Tanner Klein with 1 out. Klein is the designated hitter, and the first pitch will come in for ball 1. Klein would be struck out his first at-bat to finish out the first inning. Zimmer with the 1-0. And that'll find the plate to get us even at 1. Peyton Andrus in the on-deck circle. Idaho in the building as they have the 7 o'clock game. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to pop up. Third baseman has it in the glove, and that's out number 2. We go to Peyton Andreas with 2 out and a runner at second. Billings earning 2 runs here in the bottom of the third to tie it up at 2. The pitch. And we'll have ball 1 on the outside to the right-handed batter. Andrus would be the first out of the second inning on a ground ball to first. Here's the 1-0 by Zimmer. And Zimmer will go to ball 2. 2-0, 2 outs, runner at second. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be swung on. It's to the pitcher, the throw to first, and that is the side. So Washington, they'll earn 2 runs off of 3 hits, and they will leave 1 on. We go to the top of the 4th, tied at 2. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still stay in your hockey game.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop into Garden of Reading has a large stock of books, gifts, music, toys, and more. Stop into Sacred Grounds for their full-service coffee bar featuring Missoula's best gourmet coffee. While you're there, pick up a pound of Garden of Reading's award-winning fudge and get a half-pound for free. Garden of Reading is Missoula's home for the best dietary supplement, Define 8. Garden of Reading is located at 2621 Brook Street. Garden of Reading is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN, top of the 4th, tied at 2. The Montana champs versus the Washington champs at the Northwest Regional Tournament, hosted by the Missoula Mavericks. We have the bottom of the order, 6, 7, 8 for Billings scheduled for Montana. Nick Nordstog, the catcher, to start things out. It's been a beautiful day here at Allegiance Field. Blue skies, except for the haze from the fires moving in, and the breeze has brought it in a little bit thicker today. Brady Helgeson with the pitch, and he'll find the outside of the plate on the right-handed batter, or outside for ball 1. He didn't touch the plate. Got to be clear on that. Here's the 2-2. swung on, fouled up over the first baseline dugout, and we'll be even at 1. Here's the 1-1. This one's going to bounce out, picked up by the shortstop. The throw is rocketed over to first, and the first batter is retired.
Number 23, Dan Blanchard.
We go to the third baseman now, Dan Blanchard, with 1 out and nobody on, tied at 2, top of 4. This game is coming along very quickly. Here's the first pitch to Blanchard. And he'll will not find the plate for ball 1. Umpires today in all 3 games have had a very tight strike zone. Pitchers have struggled on all sides. This one's going to be rocketed into the gap into left field, and Blanchard will find himself on for the first time today as he stands up at second. And with 1 out,
Number 1, Michael Moorhead.
we go to Michael Moorhead, the center fielder. One down, 1 on. Here's the pitch. Bunt laid down, and it's going to hop up over the umpire's head. We'll have strike 1. For Moorhead, he'd be struck out his first at bat, the first out of the 3rd inning. So 0-1 on the count with 1 out. Helgeson with the pitch. And we'll go to ball 2. We'll go ball 1. Moorhead in the box, bottom of the order in the on-deck circle. This one's fouled straight back for strike 2. 1-2 on the count. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Reaching, and this one's going to be foul back. And they're going to say the runner reaches off the pass ball. So Billings with runners on the corners with 1 out. And we go to the bottom of the order, Connor Polkowski. So that will send Gardner in front of the plate to signal the field. Warm day in Missoula. Hit the 100 mark as this one is getting past the third baseman. That'll bring the runner home from third, and Billings will find themselves back in the lead. 3-2 off the runner into left. Brought home Blanchard, and we're going to swing to the top of the order to Connor Hunter with 1 out and runners at first and second now. Hunter 0-for-2, reached off a fielder's choice. He's showing bunt. It's down the third base line. That's a beautifully placed bunt. The throw to first is not, it is on target, but the first baseman can't get there, and that loads the bases up with 1 out on the board. And that's going to be the second error to Washington. So loaded bases with 1 out for Montana, and the heavy bat of Jaden Kay, the shortstop, at the plate. Brady Helgeson looking to see if he can stop any type of rally on a runs, as the first pitch will be a ball. Helgeson staring down his catcher, Gardner. Now checks the runners and the pitch. Ball 2. Jarrett Linewand in the on-deck circle with 1 out and loaded bases for Montana. Here's the 2-0. Swung on. This one's going to get into center. It's got some leg. It's back, and the center fielder will put it in the glove. Runners at second and third will tag. The throw to third is made. It's high, but not in time, and Montana will earn a run off the sac fly. Runners at first and third now with 2 outs. And we come to Jarrett Linewand. Linewand, 2 for 2 and an RBI. 2 outs. Runners at first and third, and Helgeson ready with the pitch to Linewand. And Linewand's going to pop this one up over in front of the Montana dugout. It'll land on the roof of the Montana dugout and bounce to the upper deck, and that's strike 1. Royals fans set up down the first base line with a awning. Keep the sun off of them. We do have some shade behind home plate. And Washington fans huddled up in there. So 0-1 on the count with 2 outs and 2 on. Here's the pitch, and it'll be foul back for strike 2. Wyoming in the batting cages down the third base line warming up. Final game of the day will be at 7. The pitch will be swung on. It's going to roll out. Shortstop can't get to it. Runner from third is home. Runner from first is around the corner at second, and they'll hold him up. And the Montana takes a 5-2 lead, and they're going to score that one as a hit. So we go to Dawson Smith now. So Dawson Smith, the first baseman, 1 for 2 with an RBI. 2 outs, runners at first and third. This one's going to be out. Shortstop will be able to get it. The throw to second, and that's the side. So Montana, they'll get 3 runs. They'll leave 1 on, and we go to the top of the 5th inning, bottom of the 4th, as I get ahead of myself. 5-2 Montana. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning where Montana leads Washington 5-2. Don't hold Washington out. It's all about how the ball bounces. Here's the first pitch by Brooks Zimmer, and it's going to be high for ball 1. Bottom of the order on the inning. Carson Vick, the first baseman, and the 1-0 on the way to Vick. He's going to have this one down the third base line. It's going to be fair. It kisses the line all the way down, deep into left field, and Washington goes to work with a runner at first to lead off the inning. We come to Anthony Tetro, the right fielder. So the leadoff man stands at first, and the first pitch in to the right fielder is a ball. Dylan Bishop in the on-deck circle with 1 on and no outs. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs, and we'll have ball 2. With Montana earning 3 runs in the top of the 4th to take a 3-run lead, 5-2. Well, naturally, Washington wants to get to work. Here's the 2-0 by Zimmer, and we'll have strike 1. For Tatro, it would be 1 for 1 with a run. He would be the first run earned for Washington back in the second. This one's going to roll past the third baseman. Left fielder will pick it up on the roll, and Washington with 2 hits to start the 4th. We go to Dylan Bishop now with runners at first and second and no outs. Each team with 2 errors on the big black board in left field. So Dylan Bishop now, the third baseman, comes to the plate. 0 for 1. He would be the final out in the second inning. Zimmer with the pitch. Bunt showing, and we'll have ball 1. So we've got Idaho at Wyoming at 7 o'clock. Scheduled for 7. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Could happen. First 2 games getting us late as we get strike 1 on the foul tip on the bunt. Top of the order stands in the on-deck circle for Washington. The 0-1. Bunt showing, pulled back, and we get ball 2. We've worked through the Washington order for the second time as Bishop stands in the box. Here's the Zimmer pitch. Bunt laid down, and that will be strike 2 as it rolls to the Washington dugout on the third base line. Join us tomorrow as we'll have 3 games, 1, 4, and 7. Outcome to be determined. Here's the pitch. And we'll get a full count at 3-2. Runners at first and second with no outs for Washington. They're down 5-2 to Montana. And time is called. Zimmer taking just a little bit too long. Here's the pitch. Runners look like they're going to go. This is hit right at Zimmer. He can't put a glove on it. It's into center field. Runner from second is around the corner. The throw is made, but not in time. And Washington will put a run on the board to make it 5-3. That one was hit right at the pitcher.
Number 2, Trace Townsend.
So we swing to the top of the order to Trace Townsend. Runners at first and second. Townsend 0 for 1 with a run and was hit by a pitch. First one will come in to Townsend for strike one. Jack Vanderbrake in the on-deck circle for Washington. Here's the Zimmer pitch. Bunt showing. It's going to be laid down. Zimmer will pick it up. The throw to third on the fielder's choice. The throw to first is not in time. And we've got one out on the fielder's choice.
Number 5, Jack Vanderbrake.
And we go to Jack Vanderbrake now, the shortstop. So one out on the board, runners at first and second. Montana cutting down the leadoff man on the fielder's choice off the bunt. Here's the pitch, and it'll be upstairs for ball one. For Vanderbrake, he is 1 for 1 with a run and an RBI. Zimmer with the stretch, and we'll go outside for ball two. Devin Garner in the on-deck circle for Washington with one out and runners at first and second. Brooks Zimmer. He would get the save in yesterday's game against Hawaii. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts or home runs. And we get strike one. Here's the pitch by Zimmer. And we'll have a 3-1 on the count now. For Washington and Vanderbrake, he went 2 for 4 yesterday. The pitch. And we'll get the walk to load the bases with one out.
Number 14, Devin Garner.
So that takes us to Devin Gardner with one out and loaded bases, and Benjamin, the manager for Billings, comes out to check in with Zimmer. Quick visit as Benjamin will head back. You know, he is the only manager in Legion Baseball I've seen actually run back to the dugout after a visit. He's obviously not doing it now, but at the state tournament against the Lethbridge Elks, he would come out multiple times in the second game against Lethbridge. The Royals would actually face Lethbridge 3 times on the tournament. This one's going to be into center field. Center fielder can't get to it. It's on the hop. The runner from third is on his way home. The runner from second will come home off the throw, and Dawson Smith can't hold on to it, so we'll have runners at second and third. And the Washington fans fired up as their team has just tied it up at 5. Off the line drive into center. Runners at second and third now. For Washington with one out. And it's Spencer Bailey. Bailey's going to tag the first one. It's going to be foul up over everybody's heads. And we'll have strike one. Here's Brooks Zimmer with the pitch. Inside for ball one. Spencer Bailey, 1 for 1 with an RBI and a walk. The pitch. Swung on, reached for, the shortstop will get it. The throw to first is off target. And the runner from third will score to give Washington the first lead of the game.
Number 7, Tanner Klein.
And that'll be the 4th error to Montana. Got to play mistake-free baseball in order to get here, in order to stay here. And the first pitch to Tanner Klein will be strike one. Klein settling in, runners on the corners with 1 out, and the throw to first. And Atticus Bryan for Montana in the bullpen. So Benjamin looking to make a change as he finds himself behind for the first time on the game. Inside pitch gets us ball one. One hour and 7 minutes into the game, as Zimmer didn't like the ball, so he'll ask for a new one, and the umpire will oblige. That one's hucked to the sidelines. So 2-0 on the count, and this one's going to be fouled off for strike one. 1 out, runners on the corners, and Washington extending the inning with Tanner Klein in the box and Peyton Andreas in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, swung on, and we'll have strike two. Klein 0 for 2, struck out his first at-bat. And the pitch. Runner's going to go, and the tag is there. Punch out, but they forgot about the runner at third. They'll have 2 outs. And a run scored by Washington to make it 7-5. And the umpire says 3-2 on the count. Here's the pitch, swung on. This one's going to get past the second baseman. Center fielder will pick it up on the roll. And Washington jumping on the run bandwagon here in the bottom of the 4th. And we go to Peyton Andrews, the center fielder. And the pitch over the outside of the plate for strike one. 1 on, 2 outs. Washington with 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. And we'll have an even count at 1. For Andrews, he is 0 for 2. He would be the final out in the bottom of the 3rd. So the leadoff batter on the inning is in the on-deck circle in Carson Vick. The pitch. Ball 2. Zimmer with the pitch, bunt showing, and we'll be even at 2 on the count. Zimmer looking to get out of the inning. Atticus Bryan was warming up in the bullpen. Both teams move on. One of them will stay on the winner's side of the bracket, though. This one's bounced out. Zimmer can't get to it. Neither can the second baseman, and it's the center fielder who picks it up on the bounce. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. And they are just jumping. On that bandwagon. The hits just keep on coming, and they say that hits are contagious, and you can see it here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the first pitch to Vick, and we'll have ball 1. Carson Vick led the inning off for Washington. And we'll have strike 1. So even count at 1 to the first baseman. Vick 1 for 2. He would single with a run his first at bat to start the inning. The pitch. And this one's off the toe of the catcher. Runners at first and second advance to second and third. 2-1 on the count. And that's a Forest Service vehicle with sirens and lights. Zimmer now with the 2-1. And that one's across the chin to give us ball 3. So I think Benjamin wants to get Zimmer through the inning. He's at 84 pitches before he pulls him out. You know, when you get to this part of the season, folks, these pitchers have seen everything, and most managers know that they can get their pitcher out. And, well, Zimmer is going to go ahead and walk the batter to load the bases up. And Benjamin has not appeared out of the dugout down the first base line. We did see Atticus Bryan warming up, but we might not see him till the bottom of the 5th. Loaded bases with 2 outs for Washington. It's Anthony Tatro. And the first pitch to Tatro will be over the plate for strike 1. Brooks Zimmer trying to battle through the inning, and time is called. 5 runs have been earned by Washington here in the bottom of the 4th. They've got loaded bases with 2 outs. Tatro, 2 for 2 with a run. He'll swing on this one for strike 2. Tatro with a single, his first at bat in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch fouled high and deep over the first base line, and we'll stay at 0-2. Dylan Bishop in the on-deck circle with loaded bases and 2 outs. The pitch fouled off, and we stay at 0-2 down the third base line. That one sounded like it came off the middle of the bat. For Tatro yesterday, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be bounced out. The shortstop picks it up. The throw to first is on target, and the side is retired. So for Washington, it's 5 runs with 3 left on, and we go to the top of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Allegiance Field at Ogren Park, and we just had a couple of birthday shout-outs. One of them to Carson Vick's mom. I'm assuming it's mom. It is Brady Helgeson on the bump, and Sam Evenson to start the inning for Montana as they find themselves in a hole, 7-5. Here's the second pitch to Evenson, and the left-handed batter will watch it go by for ball 2. Nick Nordstock in the on-deck circle, and it looks like Atticus Bryan is back at it in the pen. Here's the pitch, and we'll get strike 1. So Billings looking to reclaim the lead after 5 runs were earned in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch. This one's fouled off down the third base line to get us to strike 2. For Evenson, he's 0 for 2. Struck out his last at-bat looking. He'll watch that one go by, and he'll be struck out looking for the second at-bat in a row. That'll be the 5th strikeout for Helgeson. And we go to the catcher, Nick Nordstock. Here's the pitch. And we'll be over the plate for strike 1. Now that Washington's got a lead, the pitcher turning up the burners. Here's the pitch, and we'll have ball 1. Nordstock 0 for 2. Couple of dribbling groundouts. Here's the pitch, and we'll have ball 2. 2-1 to the catcher, Dan Blanchard in the on-deck circle with 1 out and nobody on. And we go outside for ball 3, and Garner says, I need to talk to my pitcher, and heads out and hands the ball directly to him. Very quick, though, on his way back. Nordstock settles back into the box. And the pitch. And we'll have a walk on the second batter to put a runner at first for Montana. We go to the third baseman now, Dan Blanchard, with 1 out and 1 on. Top of 5 on a 7-inning game. And the pitch coming in hot over the plate for strike 1. The Washington fans starting to get on it now. The pitch. This one's going to be bounced out. Shortstop will not be able to get it in the glove on the hop. Runner from first is around the corner at second, and he'll stand up at third. And Billings with a threat 90 feet away. That takes us to Michael Moorhead, the center fielder. One out, runners at first and third. And Montana says, we will not go away. Here's the pitch, and it'll be ball one to the center fielder. Moorhead 1 for 2 with a run. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be hit right into the glove. The throw to first, and that's the side. So Montana will put him on, but they can't get him anywhere. One left on, and we go to the bottom of the fifth. Washington holding on 7-5. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in our 1/3 size indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop into North Avenue and see what they have in store for your hockey. Sports Network. Some changes in life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning with Washington leading Montana 7-5. And Atticus Bryan in for Montana. So Brooks Zimmer is done. We'll put together his stats. As we work through on the inning. But Atticus Bryan in. 4 innings for Brooks Zimmer. Struck out 2, walked 3, hit 1. Allowed 7 runs off of 11 hits. 90 total pitches with 50 of them finding their way over the plate. For Washington, it's the bottom of the order, and Dylan Bishop, 9-1-2 on the schedule. So Bishop to settle in, and Atticus Bryan on the bump. And the first pitch will be fouled off for strike 1. Washington trying to find a plug for the gap, or a plug for the runs that were put up in the last inning. 5 total. Here's Bryan with the pitch, and that one's over the plate to get a strike 2. Oh, 2 to the leadoff batter on the inning. And he's going to golf this one. Shortstop will pick it up on the run. The throw to first is high, but Dawson Smith, being tall, puts it in the glove, and that's out number 1. That swings us to the top of the order to Trace Townsend.
Number 2, Trace Townsend.
1 out. Nobody on. Bottom of 5. Washington leading 7-5. Bryan with the stretch, and the pitch will come in over the plate for strike one. For Townsend, he is 0 for 2 with 2 runs and a hit by pitch, reached off an error. His first at bat, and off a fielder's choice, his last. Pitch comes in to even us out at 1. Bryan with the pitch, and this one is fouled off to get us to strike 2. So it's Atticus Bryant. On the bump for Billings, coming in for Brooks Zimmer. Here's the pitch, and it's golfed down the line to the third baseman. Here's the throw to first on target, and that's 2 down.
Number 5, Jack Vanderbrake.
Now we go to Jack Vanderbrake, the shortstop. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of 5. Next game scheduled for 7, I imagine will be just a hair behind, as the first 2 games on the day pushed this game back. The first game would push the last game back 10 minutes. This one pushed back 30 as this one's popped into center field, and that is in the glove. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th with Montana looking for some runs. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at MPSN406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. NPSN.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN as we go to the top of the 6th inning, where Montana looks to earn some runs, down 7-5 to Washington. Both teams will advance as the first 2 teams have been sent home. Oregon falling to Hawaii 6-5 in the opener this morning, and then Alaska taking down the host team, the Missoula Mavericks. And Alaska picking up their first win at the Northwest Regional Tournament since 2009 when they beat Yakima. Here's the pitch, and it's coming into Connor Polkowski for strike 1. So 9-1-2 for Billings, bottom of the order in the box. Here's the pitch by Brady Hegelson. He'll get it out. The shortstop gets it at the fringe and falls down. And Billings, Montana, will have a runner at first to start the inning. We swing to the top of the order now to Connor Hunter. With 1 on and nobody out. The pitch, bunt showing, and we'll have ball 1. Nope. Leo says that was over the plate, so we get strike 1 to Connor Hunter. Hunter 0 for 3 with a run, has reached off of a fielder's choice and an error. He's showing bunt. This one's down the third base line. Picked up. The look at second. The throw to first. And the sac bunt does its job as the runner at first advances to second with 1 out on the board. So we go to Jaden Kay for Billings with 1 out and 1 on. And Washington with action in their bullpen. Here's the pitch. And will be ball 1 to Jaden Kay. Spencer Frola warming up for Washington. Here's the pitch, and it'll be low to get to ball 2. For Jaden Kay, he is 1 for 3 with a run. Sac fly RBI in his last at bat into center field. The pitch, and it'll slide over the plate for strike 1. We saw Frola yesterday on the bump for a few innings. 1 out, runner at second. Jaden Kay at the plate looking to bring in the runner at second as we will get ball 3. Jarrett Linewan in the on-deck circle for Montana. And we'll get one over the plate to get us a full count at 3-2. Kay thought he had the walk, and our umpire, Kiro, says no. This one, and that one was hit right at his manager, Brian Benjamin, as Benjamin hits the deck on the line drive foul down the third base line, and we stay at 3-2. Benjamin with a big smile on his face. Nothing personal, coach. That's just the way it came off the bat. Here's the pitch, and this one is high into center field. Center fielder searches for it, and it's in the glove. The runner at second is going to go ahead and tag. The throw is made. It is just behind the runner. And the fly out to center field will result in the second out, but it moves runners as Billings has a threat at third. So with 2 out on the board, we go to Jarrett Linewan, the right fielder. Billings with a runner 90 feet away from the plate. Linewan, 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. This is the guy to get the action going for Billings. The pitch, and we'll come in at ball 1. Frola warming up in the pen down the third base line. Here's the pitch, and we'll get ball 2. Helgeson starting to slow down a little bit, and this is not the man you want at the plate when your pitcher is starting to lose some steam, as we get ball 3. Linewan has proven throughout the season and the tournaments at the state tournament, as this one slides over the plate. The 3-0 count gets us to strike 1. He's able to swing the bat. This one is into the gap. It's got some leg. It's back. The center fielder is at the wall, and it's in the glove for the side. Nice job by the center fielder to run that one down. It leaves one on for Montana, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Washington 7, Montana 5. You're listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Montana 5, Washington 7. Both teams will move on. Only one will stay on the winner's side of the bracket, though. For Washington, it is their 3, 4, 5 batters with Devin Garner, the catcher, to start things off here in the 6th. The 5th inning would be, or the 4th inning would be a big inning for Washington where they took the lead with 5 runs. Atticus Bryan on the bump for Montana. So Garner now settled in. And here's the first pitch by Bryan. Swung on for strike one. Atticus Bryan came in part of the way through the last inning, or to start the last inning, and it was 3 up, 3 down. Let's see if he can do the same thing. The pitch inside for ball 1. Spencer Bailey in the on-deck circle for Washington, as the leadoff batter on the inning stands at the plate. Swung on for strike 2. Atticus Bryan dealing the heat. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off into the party deck down the first base line. And we stay alive at 1-2. For Gardner, he's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Reached off an error his last at bat, though. This one's fouled on a bounce down the third base line. And we stay at 1-2. Next game, the final game of the day, is at 7. That will be Idaho and Wyoming. Oregon and the host team, Missoula Mavericks, done on the tournament. Alaska and Hawaii advancing on the loser side of the bracket. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be into left field, and it's in the glove, and that is out number 1. So we go to Spencer Bailey now, the left fielder, with 1 out and nobody on. Bailey, 1 for 3. He settles in, and the left-handed pitch of Bryan on its way. And we'll have ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of 6 on a 7-inning game. Washington leading Montana 7-5. Pitches upstairs to ball 2. We did see Frola for Washington in the bullpen warming up. Both pitchers, starting pitchers, trying to get through. This one's popped up, and the center fielder on the dive has it in the glove, and that is out number 2. Great job. by Brooke Zimmer, who's out in center field now, on the run and the dive for out number 2. So we go to Tanner Klein, the designated hitter. Klein searching for his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 3. And Brian's first pitch will be outside on the left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. And we'll have ball 2. Tanner Klein with the 2-0. And we'll have strike 1 off that pitch. Peyton Andrus in the on-deck circle with 2 outs for Washington. The pitch. And we'll go to ball 3. Atticus Bryan coming in the 5th inning, trying to hold off any type of addition as this one's fouled into the seating down the third baseline to get us a full count at 3-2. Wants to give his team a chance to go to the 7th and earn some runs. Here's the pitch by Bryant. Swung on. This one's going to be popped up over shortstop. Shortstop will back up, and Kay will have it in the glove. And it's 1-2-3 in the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th, where it is all or nothing for Montana. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome to the top of the 7th inning. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network, being serenaded by my cameraman, Coleman Caton. As we go to the top of the 7th, where Montana is behind Washington 7-5. It's all or nothing, and it's Dawson Smith to lead off the inning. Both teams will advance, but both teams wanting to stay on the winner's side of the bracket. First pitch will be ball 1. By Brady Helgelson. He is at 91. I got to back one off. They had a pitch inquiry in between innings, as we'll have ball 2. And that one will slide over the plate for strike 1. 2-1 on the count to Dawson Smith, the leadoff man on the inning. And looks like Frola is back in the bullpen down the third base line as we get ball 3. The pitch. Swung on. This one's going to get into center field and hop in front of the center fielder, and Dawson Smith is going to roll past the center fielder to the track. Dawson Smith around second, and he'll stand up. A huge double for Montana to lead off the top of the 7th inning.
Number 10, Atticus Bryant.
So we go to Atticus Bryant now, who's in for the designated hitter. Sam Evenson done on the day. And Hegelson will step off the rubber, and Mike Archer on his way out, and I imagine this might be a pitching change as Archer strolls out and the ball's handed over. So we'll have the pitching change for Washington. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to Allegiance Field at Ogren Park. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we're on the top of the 7th inning. Washington leading Montana 7-5, and a new pitcher on the mound for Washington in Spencer Frola.
Your attention, please. For Washington now pitching. Number 4, Spencer
Frula. So for Hegelson, 5 1/3 innings, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 runs, and 95 total pitches, 60 of which went over the plate, and those 5 runs earned off 10 hits. And the first batter is Atticus Bryan that Frula will face. No outs, top of 7. And the pitch will come in to get us to even at 1. The rally cry from the first base line by the Royals fans in the inning break as we get 2-1 on the count. Atticus Bryan's first at-bat of the game. He is the pitcher. Swung on. He's going to pop this one into center field. Center fielder with a couple of steps forward, and that is out number 1. Runner at second will hold. 1 down, 2 to go for Washington. Almost said Wyoming. That's the next game, folks. Make sure you tune in at 7 for Idaho and Wyoming. Idaho, they've got to have, in my book, the uniform of the weekend. Actually, right behind Hawaii. Hawaii's uniforms are pretty sweet this year. Here's the pitch, and this one by Nordstog is into right field, and the runner at second is going to hold with 2 outs. So 2 down for Washington now. Off the fly out to right field, and the Washington fans getting on their feet the counter to the rally cry. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to roll to the shortstop. Picked up in the dirt. No, the shortstop can't hold on to it. Runner from seconds around the corner at third, and Montana with a run. And a runner at first. Off the grounder into left field. That brought home Dawson Smith. And they're actually going to credit that as an error, so we'll pull the hit down and put the error up towards Washington. That brings up Brooks Zimmer. He's going to come in the place of Michael Moorhead. And Zimmer, even at 1 on the count. And we'll get ball 2. And I think I'm off on the count. It's 2-0. Nope, 2-1 as it's updated on the board. And this one's going to roll to the shortstop. He's got it secured. The throw to second, and that's the game. So Washington will stay on the winner's side of the bracket. Montana getting their 6 runs off of 10 hits, 4 errors, and 7 left on for Washington. It would be 7 runs off 11 hits, 3 errors, and 7 hung up. So Washington moves on the winner's side of the bracket. And Montana will face Alaska at 1 tomorrow. You've been listening to American Legion Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We'll step aside and get you ready for Idaho at Wyoming. Talk to you soon, folks.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Well,